Hey everyone, today I've got a wild, true-to-Reddit story for you about one guy's relationship that went completely off the rails. It's messy, chaotic, and honestly hilarious in hindsight. So grab a snack, sit back, and let's dive into this crazy tale. Hey Reddit throwaway, because honestly I need to vent without anyone IRL judging me. This is a long one, so buckle up. So I'd been dating this girl, let's call her Emily, for almost 3 years. On the outside, we looked like a Pinterest couple. Matching hoodies, couple playlists, occasional Instagram posts with cringe captions like forever and always. Classic stuff. Her birthday was coming up, and I wanted to do something epic. I saved money for months, planned a surprise party with all her friends, ordered her favorite cake, and bought her the necklace she had been drooling over for months. I even roped in my best friend, Mark, to help. He was basically my co-pilot in this operation, handling decorations, keeping Emily distracted while I set up everything. The night comes, lights off, everyone hiding. I hear her keys in the door, surprise. Balloons, cake, music, the whole cinematic deal. She freezes and starts crying. At first I thought, wow, she's so touched. Nope, ugly crying. Like mascara down the face, ugly crying. And then the first twist hits me. One of her friends, Sarah, whispers, are you sure you want to be doing this? Because Emily's been seeing Mark. Mark, my best friend, the guy holding the cake. My co-conspirator in planning the perfect birthday. And he's apparently been seeing her. I thought maybe Sarah was exaggerating, but then Emily's phone buzzes on the counter. Notification, can't wait to see you tomorrow, winking face Mark. Everyone saw me lose it. There was screaming. Balloons fell, cake toppled. It was a live-action Jerry Springer episode with frosting. I thought maybe Sarah was exaggerating, but then Emily's phone buzzes on the counter. Notification, can't wait to see you tomorrow, Mark. Months earlier, her mom tripped at a barbecue. I caught her before she fell into the grill, and somehow that turned into he's hitting on my mom. So Emily's revenge plan. Hooking up with Mark. A week later, Emily shows up crying again. She says, "It's not what you think." Apparently she cheated because she thought I was cheating on her with her mom. Yes, her mom. Months earlier, her mom tripped at a barbecue. I caught her before she fell into the grill, and somehow that turned into he's hitting on my mom. So Emily's revenge plan. Hooking up with Mark. Fast forward another month. I'm trying to heal, eating pizza, scrolling social media. Out of nowhere, a DM from her mom. "Sorry about everything, also, I think you're really cute." Yup, her mom, sliding into my DMs. I blocked her, obviously, but Emily, she accused me of encouraging it. And then the grand finale twist. Mark, my supposed traitor best friend? He wasn't serious about Emily. He was dating Sarah, the friend who ratted us out at the party. Meanwhile, Emily was single, and me. I'm sitting here, telling strangers my life exploded faster than anything I could have imagined. So yeah, that's how I went from planning the perfect birthday surprise to realizing my life is basically a trap-filled roller coaster with friends and family throwing curveballs at every turn. Moral of the story. Trust actions over words. Sometimes the people closest to you are the ones who surprise you the most. And if you think your relationship is messy, just remember, somewhere out there, someone's girlfriend is cheating, because she thought you were cheating on her mom. If you enjoyed this chaotic story, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment about your own wild experiences. Or just tell me I'm not alone in the emotional chaos of life. Let's move on to another story. I live on 20 acres in a small mobile home. My wife, kids, and I moved here alongside my parents about 7 years ago. We came out here to get away from so many people and to live a simpler life. And that's exactly what happened, at first. The land we live on was once part of a big family farm of over 100 acres. But the brothers that inherited got into a feud and split the land up, so the boundary lines are weird. My parents' house, which was already on the land, is maybe 30 feet from the side property line. And the neighbor's house is right on the other side of that. And their property line runs from the side of the house to behind our property, making a 90-degree angle. They are the only neighbor within eyesight. When we first moved here, we were the only people here. The neighbor's house was empty for the first year. Other than that, on the other side of the road is the backside of a 1,000-acre ranch, so our neighbors were literally cattle. Imagine walking out your front door and hearing no cars, no music, only the wind, the grass, and seeing big pastures surrounded by tall oaks. That was life. Maybe 4 cars would pass per day. Then a year later, neighbors moved into the house next to us. My parents have had trouble with bad neighbors before, so we wanted everything to stay friendly. The neighbors don't speak English very well, So a lot of things are being communicated through the kids who translate. They are maybe 17 to 19. We started raising chickens, goats, and growing gardens. Within a month or so of the neighbors moving in, they started a trash pile on the property line behind my parents' house, where they would burn their garbage, rubber, and toxic materials. Billows of black smoke would cover our houses, gardens, coops, etc. They were told that my kids have asthma and their garbage is toxic and coming in through our windows. So they moved their burn pile to the property line right beside our house. On Easter, when my kids were having an Easter egg hunt and my sister was in town, we had to run inside once they started burning materials from a construction job, including electronics. That has died down since. However, then the music started. I would be inside, and all of a sudden our house would start shaking from the loud bass of Tejano or rap, literally shaking from music 100 yards away. There have been times where my kids have been outside and had to come inside because now our 20 acres is being flooded with the F and N word. My kids are only 4 and 7. Here's the thing, I have hyperacusis from an autoimmune disease, so loud noises literally causes physical pain and ear inflammation. If it gets bad enough, it hurts to speak. Our garage sits along the fence line, and there's so many times where I'll be working on my truck and have to go inside because they start blasting music from their garage. Now I know what you're thinking. Why don't you just talk to them and tell them to turn it down? We have, time after time, day after day. We told them to turn it down yesterday because it was so loud my ears inflamed from being outside for 20 seconds. Today I need to change my truck's oil, but guess what? It's back up again. Every time their response is, "Oh, okay, sorry." We really didn't want to get police involved. They are the only neighbors we have. People move out to the country to live life the way they want. But that means making adjustments when your way of life makes life hell for those around you. Story number 3. Before everything changed, I was a bodybuilder and trainer in Gaza. I weighed 108 kg full of muscle, strength, and hope. I was well known in the fitness community and helped many athletes become champions. I loved inspiring people to take care of their bodies and mental health. I lived a beautiful life with my wife and young son. We were happy. Then life took a turn I never expected. I became displaced from my home. We lost access to proper food, clean water, and medical care. The gym I trained in was destroyed. Over the past months, I lost over 30 kg not because of a fitness goal, but because of hunger, malnutrition, and the constant psychological stress of just surviving. The muscle I spent more than 10 years building disappeared in just a few months. Every mirror now reflects not only a physical transformation, but the emotional and mental toll of being forced to start from zero. I'm not sharing this for sympathy, but to show how life can sometimes break even the strongest people. And that's the end of today's dive into Reddit. If you enjoyed the stories, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps more people find these crazy tailies. Subscribe if you want to hear even wilder ones next time, and let me know in the comments which story was your favorite. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.